Okay, well, it's been a little while since I've posted a video about music production, and that's because I've been doing a few bits and bobs. And one of the things I've been doing is just exploring the idea of creating a budget DAWless setup. So don't get me wrong, I'll never move away from using a computer to make my music production. But I did want to explore, a few things because I quite like the idea of having hardware, and not a lot of hardware. I just can't afford it. So one of the things I've been doing is looking at buying things secondhand on a budget that I think most people could probably acquire if they wanted to, just saving a little bit of money. We're not talking a lot of money here. And today I finally bought a final piece of equipment to put that ensemble together. I'll tell you what it is. It's it's one of these. I'm going to hold it. I don't know if you can see that. It's a Korg, what do they call it? Volca bass. Quite cheap. I'm in the UK. I paid just £60 for that, and it's in really good condition. And that kind of completes what I was looking for there. So I'm just going to show you now what I've got, and perhaps in the next couple of videos, I'm just going to show you how it all sits together, how it works together, and the great sounds I can get out of it. Okay, so let's just take a look at what I've got here. The first thing here is circuit tracks. This is kind of the brains of the system. You may know a little bit about this. It's basically it's got 2 inbuilt synths, it's got 2 external MIDI tracks, and it's got 4 drum tracks there. And the next thing I've got, I'll probably cover these in a later video in more in depth. This is an SP404A Roland sampler machine. So the cable's not connected at the moment, but I can connect that to play loop samples or one-hit shots. What I bought today is this thing here, the Korg Volca bass. There we go, quite simple, quite basic sounds, but it emulates like that kind of TR, the old Roland 303 bass line, similar sounds. This one is an iPad. Well, let me just run through the costs I paid for these. This is UK pounds, all second hand, £170. I paid £160 for that. I paid £60 for that. And this is a second hand iPad. I think it's like 3rd generation or something like that. So quite old. I bought it about 3 or 4 years ago. I think I paid about £60 for that. Not connected at the moment, but that is really fantastic for its inbuilt. Well, you can get synth apps on it, which you can control using circuit tracks. The whole thing kind of fits together really well. So you've got synths, inbuilt synths, external synths, sampling, and a bass line. And the other thing, just a minute, I'm going to bring this into the equation here. Excuse me while I disappear behind camera. The other thing I've got here, and this is quite a remarkable piece of kit. This is really cheap. It's a Rock Jam MIDI keyboard. I think there's only one review of it on Amazon. I was going to do one, but then one review turned up. It's a wireless MIDI controller. So what it means is I can even open up a 3rd synth on here and build it into part of my system here, and then play manually. So it's not being controlled really by the circuit track, but it just means I can add things and drums and whatever. There you go, and it plays it wirelessly. So there we go. I've only done a little bit here, playing with now. I've only completed this today. Like I say, I've still got a couple of cables to add in to make it complete, but I have worked out, I've added cables separately just to make sure that everything does work, and it does. So I'm just going to show you something here, just with this and just with that. And this is the kind of results I can get. Right then, so here we go. I'm just going to start this off. All I've got going on here is a kick drum. There we go. I'm just going to play this one here. So this is basically synced to this. This isn't actually, the notes on here aren't being played from here. All that MIDI cable is doing is just starting and stopping the sequence in here. So here we go. Add some other drums. More drums. And more drums. And I'm just going to add a synth here, general one in the background. there we go. I hope that's whetted your appetite to see what more I can do once all of this system is set up. And I'll show you how I've set it up already. At a later date, I'll show you all the cables and how this one goes back into the effects unit of here and all that kind of stuff, and how I've linked up the iPad. So please subscribe, and hopefully you'll learn a lot as I have done, working out what cables are needed and everything. And I'm really pleased that this is such a great system for the budget I've managed to get it for. And I imagine people around the world will probably have the similar bargains to be had here, because all of this equipment isn't really new. And the jewel in the crown here is definitely the iPad, which, you know, for a few pounds or a few dollars wherever you are, you can really get great bargains and just buy a few software synths to go in it, and they just sound fantastic. So thank you very much.